Good morning everyone, it's Yvonne back to do your bonus read. We're going to use the Albino Rider-Waite Tarot for this reading. It's funny, some mornings I come on and I think I have so much I want to say to you, so much that I've been experiencing myself and so much have been going on around me in regards to spiritual stuff. You know, realizations, epiphanies, they seem to be just coming through all the time at the moment. I think it's that moment when you go, wow, I've never seen it that way before, and Spirit has all of a sudden shown you a completely different way and you see everything very differently. They're not big epiphanies where they're, you know, earth shaking and I mean, I've had many of them. These are just those like moments where you stop and you go, wow, I'd never seen it that way before. And I feel like it's sort of got to a point where, you know, so many things are being shown to us that we are seeing things quite frequently now. I am not sure what's happening in terms of the way the universe is moving, but things seem to be changing very quickly, and I can feel it. But it's a lot less powerful, but it's a lot more frequent, I want to say. So, I guess many people have been going through the same as me. I'm never doing it alone. I am part of a collective. So, all right, let's see what's going on here. Aha! And that's funny because I was just thinking about this, you know, like earlier on today. I think I've said to many of you, I've sort of pulled back a bit on the readings because I love watching other people's readings, but I find at the moment they're very confusing and a lot of them don't seem to relate to my place or where I am. So it's always for me a time where I go, okay, I need to pull back and not watch anything at the moment. So I pull back and just watch a few readers that I really love. And the devil energy has been coming out quite a lot. And it's often seen as negativity and it's often seen as addiction. It is a card that talks about the ego energy. And this has been coming up a lot for me in the last few weeks, where I've been sort of trying to understand some of my own sort of issues, deep issues. And many of you have dealt with people who have very narcissistic personalities or narcissistic tendencies, and we often call people narcissists, but of course the psychologist will tell you can't do that because you haven't diagnosed someone. And the thing is, for me, it makes no sense because a narcissist has like, I think it's 9 markers for narcissism. So if you've got 8, you don't qualify. It could still be an absolute mishap, but you don't qualify to be you know, on the narcissistic range or scale. It doesn't mean that people still don't have narcissistic tendencies, and the one thing that we do not talk about, that we seem to be very, very tactful and careful about, is often codependents have these tendencies as well. So if you've been brought up by narcissistic parents or a narcissistic parent, or you've had a narcissistic relationship, we always talk about the energy of catching fleas, which means that there may be some things you do or some ways of living in your world which are quite narcissistic, but maybe you don't know or see them that way. So it becomes a very different energy when you say, well, you know, it may be that you're doing something narcissistic too, and that requires a great deal of going inside yourself to have a look at those things. So I've been doing a lot of thinking about this lately, because I think that sometimes we adopt habits or ways of doing things that really aren't healthy, but we see them as being what we've always done or what we learned or who we are, so we don't really recognize them. They become very subconscious for us. And sometimes when you do recognize it, it can be a bit of a pow-y moment where you go, wow, I've just never seen myself doing things that way before. But that's what the devil energy is. It's all the things you've learned within your ego, all the things that you have adopted or seen as who you are. Now, the one big difference between codependents or empaths or people pleasers, whatever you'd like to call yourself, if you're one of those people or someone you're dealing with, whatever you class yourself as, you may be carrying around some of these energies. but we've all learned them from an early age. We've all adopted or adapted some of these ways of being, but they're all part of your ego, and that's why you do the shadow work, to let go of some of those things. So the devil can represent your jealousies, your spitefulness, your unresolved anger issues. That all comes as part of your ego energy. And that's what we're asking when spirit comes through and says that we need to work with that energy. That's what I call the human base emotions, the emotions that really we've learned rather than the ones that serve us. Now, I'm not saying in any way, shape or form emotions are not good. They are, but sometimes we use our emotions when we shouldn't. We really don't understand that emotions aren't something we should be coming from all the time, because as children we've learned to use our emotions to get us what we want. So we tend to sort of lead with our emotions, and we need to learn when do we lead with logic. And that is part of getting that balance in that devil energy. Queen of Cups coming through here, which is quite a strange sort of energy this morning when you look at this. So I feel like here there is something here that you are possibly sabotaging yourself on, some sort of self-sabotage, some sort of energy of understanding. I feel that you're so focused on this cup here that maybe you're not really seeing what you do or how you do things. It's like you're very focused on something here. You may be focused on love. You may be focused on... I don't feel like this is self-love. But whatever it is you're focused on here in this Queen of Cups energy, it's like you're sabotaging something. Let me just go a little bit further here. Oh, okay. All right, so you're holding yourself back from becoming an empress here. Okay, whether you're male or female is irrelevant here. There is something here that you are doing. There is something here that you are doing that is holding you back. I feel like you're looking at it though. So you may be starting to understand something you're doing is holding yourself back, or you're sabotaging yourself from becoming this energy. I see you moving away from it here, and you're becoming more grounded with the Queen. Oh, wow. Okay. This is definitely about balancing your energy. It's very temperance here for me. It's very much about balancing your energy. This is about staying grounded, learning to work with your emotion, and learning when you sabotage yourself and when you allow yourself to get out of the Empress energy. So it's like you are being called to work on that balance. Okay, so it's just like I said, I feel that what happens is we tend to get into our emotional bodies and our feelings when we should be using our mind. And you know, a lot of people do that when they first fall in love, right? This is a really good example, the limerence stage of love. The limerence where you feel like you can't live without that person. You know, you have that lovely flippy tummy where you really feel, you know, a lot of feelings, a lot of energy of feelings, feeling like you've met your person, that, you know, things are really beautiful, but you don't really look at logic, like you don't see that person's flaws, you don't see whether there's anything wrong with them because you're so wound up in that energy. And I feel like there's something here that you need to be aware of that's coming through. Okay, so we have the Knight of Cups, so there's a love offer on the table for you here. Now again, it's very watery, so you could be dealing with a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Okay, I'm sort of getting a recollection that the readings were talking about this a while ago, so maybe there is something being reminded here. 10 of Cups coming through. Somebody wants their 10 of Cups. They don't want to be single anymore. Somebody maybe, this repeat card here, somebody may be walking away from something to come towards you because they now want to make a love offer. This 10 of Cups says to me, somehow this person really wants to be with you here. Maybe they don't want to be single anymore. Maybe they're feeling good about you here. Maybe they're feeling all of this energy. I want to know why this is here. All right, Five of Pentacles. There's the Temperance. I felt that energy before. All right. I feel like some of you here may have somebody coming towards you here who may be offering you something really good here with the Ten of Cups. But you're being asked to keep your balance in this situation. There is some sort of sadness here or some sort of disappointment in the past here though. The Fool cards here again with the Ace of Cups. Now they are all written cards. Ace of Pentacles topping that as well. Alright, so some of you here have a situation coming towards you where you're being offered something that is really good. And despite the fact you're getting into that energy of really wanting or desiring something, there is something in this Five of Swords, Five of Cups energy that is sort of cautioning you here. I feel like somebody is offering you love here and a brand new start, and you want to take a leap of faith. But the universe is asking you here to stay balanced in your thinking mind as well as your emotions. But sometimes we can get so taken up in emotions that we see something as being flawless or faultless, like we see it as being perfect because of our feelings. So we think this is, this is it, it's amazing, it's wonderful. And I'm wondering here with this Five of Swords, Five of Cups energy, whether what you're seeing here is what you're getting. Because the offer's definitely on the table. All right, let's have a look. So we have the Devil energy coming through. Queen of Cups energy. It may be that you become, or somebody's become obsessed with you, or you've become obsessed with somebody here. Maybe a water sign here. But there seems to be some sort of obsession or some sort of desire here. But there's also this energy of things not being quite right here. And because you've got the Empress here, you see the Seven of Swords looking back at the Empress here. It's like this is somebody trying to get away with something here. Whoever this person is, and if this is you we're talking about, you really see this person as being the one or something incredibly special. And I feel like you're moving towards this person in the boat. So you may be moving away from something to go towards Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo here. Particularly here, Virgo. Oh, okay. The universe saying you need to use your intuition here. Is this a case of give and take? Is this what you asked for here? Because I feel like there's some sort of lesson that you're working on, some sort of lesson you're learning here in regards to someone. So it's possible that you could have, this is Cancer energy here, it's possible that you could be getting an offer from someone that the universe is asking you to work out whether it really is what you want it to be. I don't think that this is particularly a bad thing. I think that this is just you making a choice on whether you want to be with this person or whether you are seeing things through some sort of emotions rather than seeing it through logic. The offer looks really good here. The offer looks beautiful. It looks real. Ten of Cups, the Fool card, the Ace of Cups, the Ace of Pentacles, beautiful energy. But right in the middle of this we have the Temperance card, which is where I'm feeling if you're getting offered, this looks like just something beautiful coming towards you, but the universe asking you to be really balanced in your approach here. And it's very much considering yourself here in the Nine of Pentacles, but it's also about considering your Empress energy. So you may be asking, like, if this offer looks really good, you may be already wanting to move forward with this offer, but the universe is saying there is something you need to be aware of here. Are you looking at this through rose-colored glasses with the Temperance card? Seven of Wands with the Four of Swords and the Sun card. Could be dealing with a Leo here. This is very much the energy of taking time out to really understand what makes you happy or what direction are you going in here with the Sun. I feel like everything in this reading tells me that whoever this is you're meeting is a really, or could be, or could have the potential of being something really good for you. But I feel really strongly here there is a need for you to be really focused on yourself rather than focused on the other person. That's what it is. You've got to be focused on you, not on what the other person wants, not what the other person is trying, because I think the other person's already sold here with this energy. I feel like this other person's already in boots and all, but I feel like it's about you making a decision to put yourself first, or to understand what that means. Definitely. Okay. Two of Pentacles, because there's a decision that needs to be made here about whether you want to put work into something or somebody. You're making a decision here on whether you want to put work into something. So strong, there's a lot of major arcanas here, so there is strong energy for a lot of different people. Maybe you're getting an offer that you've been wanting for a while here. You may be dealing with someone who has perhaps been pursuing you for a while, but you're being strongly asked to see whether it's what you want. Don't be too convinced of what's going on, or get too taken up in everything that you don't put your own needs in there. All right, let's see what we're going to go for. Let's have a look at one of these cards. These heart cards are just beautiful, but they tend to get a bit stuck together, so I'll just pull one at random. They're too hard to shuffle. All right. Okay, tune into the subtle and divine force within me, and you'll see the subtle and divine force within yourself and in all living things. Over the coming days, there is a heightened sense of spiritual connection with Isis, goddess of motherhood, magic and fertility. Well, isn't that interesting? Tune into the subtle and divine force within me, and you will see the subtle and divine force within yourself and all living things. Over the coming days, there's a heightened sense of spiritual connection. I feel this is what they're saying here. I feel like you have to be really tuned into yourself as well. Don't just be tuned into the other person. If this is going to work out for you, you've got to be really understanding of what's going on with you as well. And sometimes when we're in love, or in that limerence stage of love, we are so intent on the relationship working, or the love coming through, whatever, that we don't always stop and think, is this what we want? Because we're swept up in the beauty of that. And this is happening a lot in the twin flame relationships coming back together, because there's still healing that needs to be done together, but you've got to recognize it within yourself as well. So you can't close your eyes to it or deny it, because it won't work. So if you're coming back into union with the twin flame and one of you hasn't healed, it still won't work. And I feel that's what a lot of people don't realize. So there's still a lot of energy of you needing to heal together. That's not healing each other. It's not about rescuing each other. It's about you supporting your person to do the healing. And that's what's coming through very, very strongly here. All right, I'll leave you with that. Thank you.